21 Shares has just announced the first ever Cronos ETP. But what is this ETP and what will it do for the CRO price? Well guys, I would say let's strap in and let's find out. Just a few hours ago, the leadership of Cronos as well as 21 Shares just announced this new Cronos ETP, an exchange traded product. And it's very similar to an ETF, an exchange traded fund, because this ETP will enable normal users like you and me that typically only use stock trading apps like, for example, eToro or the Giro or Saxo, any of those typical stock apps to really buy Cronos as well. And you can find that now next to also Bitcoin, Ethereum and other exchange traded products. As Mirko, lead of Cronos, points out here, this paves a thrilling new route for users to join the Cronos adventure via existing banking and brokerage rails. So really a great step forward to enable a new group of potential customers so we can actually get more demand for the token. Anyways, I think all the details here are in the original announcement by 21 Shares. So let's quickly read it together. What connects the EVM ecosystem, one of the world's leading crypto exchanges, which of course is Crypto.com, even though they don't say it here. Meet Cronos, the 21 share Cronos ETP listed on Euronext, Amsterdam and Paris. So listed on the Amsterdam and Paris stock exchange. You can pay in Amsterdam with dollars and in Paris with euros. So as long guys as your stock app does accept the Euronext exchange, Amsterdam or Paris, you can get the Cron ETP, because that's the ticker here, Cron. If we go to the link, we can find some more details. And I think the most interesting thing here is the $20. So again, this is a basket of Cronos tokens. So it's not directly linked one-to-one to the CRO price, which currently sits at about 9 cents. But here you can find a bit of information. And what I find interesting is that they do really make the link here to the crypto exchange, Crypto.com. And typically, the Cronos team likes to distance themselves from Crypto.com, but here, they really talk about it also as a benefit, because one of the benefits of Cronos is the Crypto.com 100 million user base. And also they do talk about multi-layered blockchain. So they talk about Cronos ZK EVM, Cronos EVM, Cronos POS, and also about interoperability with Cosmos. But also they talk again about the AI-powered finance. So really this is the new focus of the recent Cronos roadmap. But here we can find all the details again, key information. Assets under management is only about $100,000. So that's not too much, I would say. And therefore we only have about 5,000 securities outstanding. And all of them are currently worth $20. Do note though that if you want to get into Cron, you do pay a 2.5% management fee to 21 Shares, because they are basically holding on to Cronos for you, and therefore they need to make sure everything is safe and secure. If you are a stock exchange in Europe, you need to provide your customers with a fact sheet about the product they want to buy. So now we also have one for Cronos, and there we find some quite interesting information. For example, we can find that this ETP is physically backed by actual CRO being held in Switzerland here. We can also find some more benefits, but in the end, we also have the risk factors. And I find those very, very, very interesting. The first one is here, Cronos may fail to maintain competitive momentum, potentially overshadowed by newer layer 1 and layer 2 chains. But this one I find the most interesting. So Crypto.com affiliated validators who reportedly control up to 70% of voting power were able to controversially approve the March 2025 reissuance of 70 billion CRO token, the very famous unburn here. A move that has raised questions about the network's governance and decentralization. And going on about that 70 billion mint, Cronos faces inflationary risks from the upcoming revival of 70 billion previously burned tokens, which is 70% of the total supply, reversing its 2021 deflationary measure. In my humble opinion, 21 Shares hits the nail right on the head with the risk factors, because now with Solana and with BSC, it is really, really hard to remain competitive for the CRO chain. But also, of course, with the 70 billion unburn, we have now seen that the Cronos chain is not truly decentralized. In the end, though, I do believe the most appealing factor of the CRO token remains to be the link with crypto.com, because that exchange keeps growing and growing and growing. And of course, I do hope that the Cronos token also will get some fruit from that as well. Anyways, so now you can trade CRO on many more exchanges within the EU. But what does that mean for the price? If you take a quick peek here at the CRO charts, we can see that today is a rare day. That's kind of interesting after such a great news announcement. So what I think, guys, is though that the market is right in this instant, because in all honesty, I would say the news is not that special at all. If you take a look at other ETP offerings on, for example, here the Giro, we can find Cardano, Ethereum, Ripple, Solana, but also smaller altcoins like, for example, Tezos and Litecoin and Polkadot. And in all honesty, these tokens aren't doing all that great. So even though they have an ETP, it is not the end all be all. So what we need, guys, is in general great fundamentals, and we need some great movement for the token. And once we get that, people will start buying on this platform or on the crypto.com exchange or on Coinbase. It requires the token to do great, not only the platform to be available. Moreover, this ETP is mainly for the European market, so also there it is only a small piece of the total pie. But I would have to say, guys, that this in general is of course great news, because I do know when the moment comes that Cronos and the overall altcoin market starts booming, people also from the stock market will take a look at their app and start maybe looking for Cronos. And if it's available, they might buy it. But if it's not available, well, maybe they go with a different coin. So the smaller we make the gap from being able to buy on any platform, the easier it is to actually create more demand for the token, so the price can go up. I'm most bullish though about the fact that the Cronos team is finally delivering some good news. So guys, don't forget to strap in to the channel, because when we get some more good news, some more bullish momentum, I will be the first to actually update you guys as well. So guys, don't forget to strap in, hit the like button, and check also out my latest video about the rainbow chart as well, if you want to learn more about, for example, this tool.